the number one fundamental piece of all businesses. This must be done and used again and again and again. Understanding this one principle will dramatically change your home care business to generate more referrals for your agency. Hi, my name is Nick Bonitatibus. On today's episode of Home Care Digital, we're talking about a simple strategy that you can use that actually gets results. So what is the most fundamental piece of all businesses? Doesn't matter what it is, every single business is built on this one fundamental piece: building relationship. It is the most important thing that you can do in your business. So a lot of times if you've watched my videos, it's like, oh, social media this, doing video that, like digital marketing strategies. But the thing that really moves the needle is building relationships. Realistically, truth be told, this goes against what I'm trying to teach, is that you can build a successful business simply by building relationships in the real world, right? Just from doing that, you will drive results, hands down. But what I'm gonna talk about today is how we can get those same aspects, how we can speed up the process of building relationships, and how we can use it to get exponential results. As Harvey Mackay says, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships, and the quality of your business is no different. Here's the thing. Social media is not a strategy. It is a tool that is specifically created for building relationships. That was the whole aspect. When Facebook was created, it was based on being able to connect college kids together. Simple as that. That was the fundamental piece. And so when we realize that social media is not a strategy and it's just a tool for building relationships, it can now become the greatest tool that you have in your tool belt. So here's what you do. Become friends with your contacts on social media. Connect with them. When you can do this, when you're reaching out, when you're going to networking events, when you're going out in the field, connect with them on social media, right? It doesn't matter what you choose. Generally, what I like to do is I like to ask them, hey, what social media site are you on the most? They say Facebook, then I'll connect with them on Facebook. They say Instagram, LinkedIn, right? And LinkedIn is a great choice in general because it's a little bit more business. People are more likely to want to connect with you on those platforms in a business setting. So leverage that, utilize LinkedIn and connect with those contacts, and then actually interact with them on social media, right? So the reason why I think this is so impactful in where LinkedIn kind of lacks a little bit is that people often don't really post on LinkedIn, and there's nothing personal about it. So you don't give that opportunity to actually interact with them on a personal level if they're not actually sharing or posting anything, right? And very small percentage of people actually post on LinkedIn. I'm gonna talk about that in a later video. But where this can be really impactful as well is that with what you're sharing, it can help create transparency. If you're willing to show more and showcase who you are online, you're now able to get in front of way more people as well as nurture that relationship to a further level without actually having to be in person. When you realize now in today's world, times are changing and our time is valuable. And this allows you to connect and build relationships with so many more people. I moved across the country from Philadelphia to San Diego. And through that, I'm able to stay connected with so many more people all over the country, people that I've met at conferences, people that I went to college with, high school, right? People that I met when I was living in Philadelphia. It is so amazing to be able to stay connected with them miles and miles away in a different time zone at my own leisure when I want to go check the platforms and engage with them. And that's where that impact really comes. It is the new business card. So often we take that business card, we put it in our pocket, and then it's gone. But if rather, when you're at a networking opportunity and you say, hey, I'd love to connect with you on social media, what site are you on the most? Boom, put their information in, contact them, connect with them right then and there. Now, one, you can easily reach out to them, right? Send them a direct message via social media. But also, if you post or they post, now you're gonna see and constantly show up where you are in their feed. And so you can be marketing your business and marketing yourself even when you're not even communicating with them, right? Not even when you're in person. That's the exponential effect that can come when leveraging social media, specifically from this relationship building aspect. It's not just about, oh, let me just post a bunch on my business page or outsource that because I don't want to deal with it. The personal side of things and really leveraging it from a relationship building standpoint is really that gets the most results, because like I said at the beginning of this video, building relationships is the fundamental piece of all businesses. And people do business with who they know, they like, and they trust. Think about this. What are some of your interests? For me, I like going on hikes. I like to golf. I like to go go on runs? How about going to conferences, eating sushi, sitting on the beach, going to a baseball game, going for a bike ride, watching Marvel movies? Do you like any of those things? Because if you do, now we've got something in common. And that's where this impact creates, because that's how friendships are formed. That's how relationships are formed. They're formed on common bonds and common interests. So if you're willing to open up and show a little bit of personal side of who you are, you're now able to better connect with those individuals. So if you're a nerd like me and you're like, yes, I love Marvel movies, I can't wait. They released, there's gonna be 2 new Avengers movies coming out. Oh my God, I can't wait for that. Do you like the Avengers, right? So now when we see this, when we share that, we're able to connect with people, and it's not so much business. Relationships aren't formed like that. They're formed on these common interests. Be willing to open up and showcase who you are, what you're like, what you're about, what your interests are, so that you can actually connect with people and strengthen those relationships. The other aspect in how you can leverage this is in your direct referral marketing. When you utilize connecting with people on a personal level, you're able to better communicate when you actually see them in person. So for example, if you know that John likes barbecuing and you go and you print out an article of a barbecue recipe that you think he'll like, and then bring that to him and say, I know you like barbecues, but here's an article, I think you'll really love this. He's gonna be like, whoa, this is amazing. Thank you so much. This is so personal, right? When we do that, we're able to better market to individuals because we start to learn what their interests are and what they like. And so those conversations make it easier. You saw that they were just on vacation on Facebook. So you go, oh, hey, how was your vacation? Makes it that much easier to start those conversations and schmooze, because you're already seeing what's going on in their life, and it fills these gaps so it doesn't feel awkward every time you see someone that you haven't seen in person in a while. David did this, where he said, I followed Nick's advice and friended a few social workers on Facebook. I stopped in the other day, and instead of wondering what to bring up or say, she immediately asked me about my daughter, and I was now able to talk about her spring break vacation. I now have a personal connect my competition doesn't have. Those conversations become so much easier. They know about, in this case, David's daughter. And so it becomes easy to have that conversation. Maybe the person you're reaching out also has a daughter. Now you've got this common interest. Hey, we both have daughters. Maybe they're the same age. They have similar interests, right? It becomes this whole other aspect. What's cool too is David shared with me that he gets a ton of referrals where people actually just reach out on, let's say, Facebook versus sending an email. Hey, David, I got a referral for you. Boom, because they're connected on Facebook. That's how people like to communicate. It's an easy way to reach out and connect with people. So leveraging this, utilizing social media is a powerful, powerful tool. But here's the thing. Social media will never take the place of handshakes. Done right, it will turn handshakes into hugs. I live by this. I see people all the time and I can't help it. I'm a hugger. I want to hug people because I do. I feel connected to people when I'm seeing them on a regular basis. They become more than just business contacts. They become friends. And isn't that what this is all about, right? Connecting in this world, connecting with more people, building relationships. To me, I love it. And I think that you should love it too. And if you do it more, you will find out that you will love it as well. So utilize this, utilize these tips, connect with people on these social media sites, engage with them, build and strengthen these relationships, and it will make a huge impact on your business. Do you want to learn how so many people just like you are getting incredible results on social media? Then you have got to check out my brand new free training, Social Media Success, where you're going to learn the 5 biggest mistakes home care business owners are making and how you can avoid them. All you gotta do is go to thedigitalchamps.com/social and start watching today.